What's good, peeps? Thanks always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so Lawrence Okolie is the new European Cruiserweight champion after, what, a 7th round stoppage. What did you guys make of the stoppage? Was it a bit premature? You felt? I felt like it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit, especially when you think you are the champion defending your belt. You're unbeaten. Maybe you should be given a bit more. I don't know. I mean, again, I think everyone is now on tender hooks because of what's happened recently in boxing. I feel like referees might be jumping in a lot sooner. And I guess we can't blame them, right? Because we do give them stick when they kind of let a fight go on a bit too long. But I did think that Ngannou maybe should have been given a bit more time. But that's just me. I'm not upset about the stoppage, but I'm kind of indifferent of it, put it that way. But regardless, Okolie does get that belt. This was supposed to be a tough fight, and I think he made it look pretty easy. I know Okolie gets a lot of stick. I was watching the fight, and I was also on Twitter, and I was reading some of the comments. Some people were like, oh, I'm tuning out now. Some people like, get me the pillow. And I was like, he gets the job done, guys. He gets the job done. It might not be to your taste. It might not be to your liking. It's not to my liking, I have to admit. There's some things he does that I like. When he steps out of range and uses his distance, it's fantastic. When he stays in the pocket and starts to hold and turn and twist, it is a bit like a fucking, I don't know, a wrestling fucking movie. But when he stays out of range and throws that right hand from distance, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I think when he did that against Ngannou didn't know what to do. Ngannou had to get in close and make this kind of an up close and personal fight. And I mean, you can't blame Lawrence Okolie for holding. He doesn't have an inside game. I think a lot of people don't like the holding, but the holding is because he doesn't have an inside game, or if he does, he's not very confident or using it yet. That will come with Shane McGuigan. I think you look at Shane McGuigan's fighters that are also quite rangy for their weight class, Luke Campbell and Josh Taylor, they have inside games. Yes, I think those guys are better boxers technically than Lawrence Okolie, but I think if he stays in camp with those guys and Shane McGuigan, he will get it. And if he gets an inside game, he will be world champion. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. A lot of people kind of send me stuff on the Q&A and say, Addy, who do you think will be world champion? And I don't really mention Okolie a lot, but Okolie will be world champion. Okolie has become European champion without breaking sweat. Literally, this guy has run through the British scene just like that. Then obviously the British kind of equaled Commonwealth because the Commonwealth belt was in Britain with Chamberlain and Wadi Camacho. He ran through that, and now he's beaten the unbeaten European champion just like that. I think the step up, don't get me wrong, to world level is quite brutal from European level. There's some really good guys at world level, and they might want to take a couple of more fights, but I do think he wants to win a world championship pretty quick, and I wouldn't rule it out. I don't think anyone can confidently say that you think Okolie will be beaten on the world level. I know there's some really good fighters on world level, don't get me wrong, but Okolie's massive for a cruiserweight. Massive, 6'5". 6'5", guys, and he somehow makes, what's the limit, 14 stone? What is the limit, 14 stone, 14, he makes that. He is a guy that will go to heavyweight soon, sooner rather than later. I think a couple more years max. He'll win a world title, maybe 2 or 3 defenses, then he'll go to heavyweight and really fill out. And then we'll see, because he has massive length on him and he can punch. That's it. That's all he's got so far. I said on Twitter, if he can add a couple more things into it, a couple more things to that arsenal, a bit of inside game, better foot movement, and use that jab. He doesn't use his jab at all. He could win a fight just by doing that, because his reach is bigger than anyone else's reach, but he doesn't do it. He almost kind of prods at it and then throws a big right hand over. He could just do that and he'll win every single fight. So once he learns how to use his own attributes, he is going to be a monster for anyone in the cruiserweight division. Fact, he will be. There are some good cruiserweights out there. Dorticus is there, he's a problem. Glowacki's kind of still there. Bradus is still there. I heard recently that the guy that fought Tony Bellew Lungu Makabu's fighting for a world title. So there's a few guys still there, but I wouldn't rule him out against any of those guys. I think Lawrence Okolie is a problem. Again, I fully understand that he's not to everyone's liking. I get it. I really do. Trust me, I do. But I want to get behind our fellow Brits, right? Let's get behind him. Yes, he's not to our liking. Let's get behind him. Finally, I'm being a bit patriotic, but I think we should. He's an unbeaten guy. He's only had, what has he had? 15 fights? Come on, guys. Let's not be too harsh, right? There's a lot to learn. He knows that. He admits that. That's what I like about Okolie. He does admit it. There is a lot to learn. And I think if he can admit that and continue working with Shane McGuigan, who I think is the best trainer in Britain right now, then I think we're going to have another world champion in Britain, and that can only be a good thing for the sport. What do you guys think, anyway, of the performance? Okay, what do you think of the result? Let me know. Peace.